Alright, we are now live. It seems everything is working good. Hello, hello, and welcome. Alright, so as today, you can probably see that we have fluffy white fur in front of me rather than paint. Switching things up, I really need to get this tail done, so I thought I would work on it in the stream. This is a continuation of the CatNap tail that I was commissioned to do. And hold on, I'm just moving my mouse around. As of last night, so I worked really hard on trying to get it all done. I realized that this seam right here is sewn too far in, so the tail is too small, so I wasn't able to turn it inside out. Like most fabrics that are like stretchy, this one there is no stretch to fur or faux fur, so I can't turn it inside out, which that means that this would be the tail, and this is quite an ugly tail to be on the outside. So I have to seam rip out all the side. I spent last night also seam ripping. I got too tired, and now I must continue where I left off and re-sew. Hey, it's Win. Hi, Win. How you doing? So at least though with the seam ripping on this, it's not that bad, because the thread is thicker. So getting it undone is not as bad as like some other threads. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Win. Yep, so just seam ripping all this out, and then I'm gonna re-sew it. At least I gave myself a lot of seam allowance. I would be more terrified if I didn't. If I didn't, I would probably have to go and empty out these pillows, which I might end up having to do anyway. I might have overstuffed the pillows. Hopefully not, because I don't want to reopen all those and re-sew all those. That would be a ton of work. So how you doing, Win? What have you been up to? I know you just said you're doing good, but what you up to, Win? I know there's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of narration of what I'm doing right now. It's kind of like, oh, I'm just seam ripping and re-sewing. And that is how it goes. Oh, wait. There we go. You know what? I'm actually going to turn this tail around because I'm running out of room on this space over here, but I have tons of space over here. So I'm actually going to flip this tail. This tail is huge. I swear. Wait, what is going on? Okay, I'm just gonna move my mouse over. Nice, you did some yard work. I know it's finally nice out where you can do yard work. That's good. You were outside. But I scooch on over a little bit. Trying to figure out what's a good viewpoint, but also comfortable for me to work. Yeah, that's good. You guys can see it really good. All right. Woke up this morning and it's pouring. And I'm like, yes, we got rain. We needed the rain. Hey, it's Nacho. Hi, Nacho. How you doing? Do you see the oopsie that I did? I sewed the seam too far in here, and so I wasn't able to turn it. I wasn't able to turn it inside out. I couldn't do it. And I was like, oh no. I had a feeling, but also this tail has to be kind of skinny. So yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you're like experimenting, because I've never quite made a tail like this before. Like, yes, I make tails, but not like this. And I didn't think it was going to be honestly that big of a deal, because it's like, oh, I've made tails before, and I made like a mock-up of a cat tail. But I don't know. I was like, oh, it'll just be elongated. Well, I ended up running into other problems. Also, too, the cattail I made, I will admit, I didn't add the pillows in like I do with my previous tails. Like, this is my old way of doing them. Now I'm making a new way where I just stuff them. They're kind of just one solid piece rather than a bunch of little mini pieces being sewn together. So, to be fair, this is my first cattail I've ever made with these pillows. I've only made like foxtail or wolf tail styles. So, even though I'm like, no, I've been running into problems, I really shouldn't be surprised. I don't know why I thought it was gonna go like, I thought it was gonna go smoother for me than it has. Because I should know by now. Out of all people, I should know that cosplay takes a lot of experimentation. It does. Takes a lot of time experimenting. What works, what doesn't work, especially when you're making your own patterns. Like me, I make almost all my own patterns. Almost all my cosplays are my own patterns. Gosh, I made this one so small. There we go. Wait, did I break the wrong stitch? I think I might have broken the wrong stitch. Oh well, I'll fix that in a little bit. I did break the wrong stitch. Oh well. And I will fix wherever I broke the wrong stitch. I'll figure that out. Whoopsies. It's okay. This tail will be solid once it's done, I swear. Sometimes I should feel like I should stitch in like rainbow thread so I know like a rainbow ombre thread so I know exactly where my stitches go. I don't know where this one ends. It might loop all the way around here, so I'm just like tying it off because that's not necessary. I just need to open up one side. well, I keep saying I need to get outside so I can like foam smith, but I wouldn't have been able to foam smith today anyway. The weather conditions are not good for foam smithing today, so oh well. Ended up not being so bad. All right, so now that I have a nice big knot there, I'm gonna cut the tails off. This is really long string. When I have long pieces like this, I actually end up keeping them and using them. Some people might call it a pain. I don't, because I'm like, listen, I've already gone through so much of this thread that I'm like, I'd rather just keep going and like, you know, use up what I can and be as least wasteful as possible. Hey, it's Evo. Sorry, it's Evo Leia. Hi, Evo Leia. How you doing? Foam smithing. Yeah, that's what it's called when you're working with foam. Uh, yeah, I have several projects in mind that I want to do with foam. So, hey, maybe in a future stream I'll be able to. I probably won't be able to show the full process just because it's a lot of moving around, but at least the painting process, I'll be just sitting down. So, yeah. Hey, it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? Yes, Nacho. Yeah, if you want to learn how to foam smith, I can show you Nacho. It's fun. I like foam smithing. I actually miss working with foam a lot. I've been craving to work with it again. There's just something so satisfying when it comes to working with foam. I miss it a lot. I'm ready, guys. I'm ready to get back to working with foam, making props and making horns. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Isaac. That's awesome. I know, right? Party train. So, Isaac, where's this party train going? Where is our destination? All right, so now I'm taking these clips and I'm reclipping them. I will say when working with fur that these sewing clips are the best tool to use. I don't even try to use sewing needles on this fur anymore. Just not worth it. Super hard to work with. So these sewing clips, oh my gosh, just make a world of difference and they make things so much easier. The only thing I'm worried about with this tail is that I hope it can stay thin enough where it does look like a cat tail. That is one of my concerns. It's like, how can I get it where it's thick enough to be able so I can turn it inside out, but thin enough where it still looks like a cat tail. We'll see. I'm gonna raise my microphone a little bit. It's kind of in the way. Needed to pop my wrist. All right. And also too, as I'm pinning these, I'm making sure that my little sections here, remember how I made like little rectangle type sections? I'm making sure those seams line up so that the tail is all the same length. And so that the whole point with these pillows is to make the tail look like bumpy. And I want to make sure that the seams line up so that the bumps kind of all kind of go together. Anyway, when you're sewing, you want your seams to line up. Spending that extra time to just make sure things line up is always a good idea. Causes less problems in the end. There we go. I'm also competing with desk space here. When I originally pinned these, I pinned them on the ground because this tail just took up like the whole floor. There we go. Boop. Yep. And I just kind of like squish the fabrics together, grab a little pinchy, and clip it. I can actually put this seam ripper away in my little sewing kit. Let's see, can this tail... You know what? I'm actually going to flip the tail around again. Look how big this thing is. It's huge. Whoop! It's huge. But you know what? It kind of goes with what I've said before. In all my props. Like, go big or go home, right? I mean, when's the last time that I made a cosplay where I didn't make something completely oversized? Everything's oversized with me. Okey-dokey. And now I am going to leave a part open because that's where I'm going to use to turn everything inside out. I don't know. Isaac, I gotta think about that. What character would I teleport into this universe? That's a good question. I don't know. Isaac, who would you bring into this universe? It's almost like you're doing like a reverse isekai. I could actually see that being a plot of an isekai, like someone from our world gets some kind of power to summon like his favorite superhero or something from his favorite show. Um, and you know, it would be a funny plot twist if he never actually finished the show, so he found out like the superhero's powers wasn't like real or anything. He's just like a normal dude. Because he never finished the series. He's like, why'd you summon me? That would be funny. That'd be a funny plot. Alrighty, so now that I got this done, I am going to go ahead and sew this back all up. Hopefully I don't have to do this to the other sides. That would really suck. Hopefully this here just solves the problem. That would be awesome. I would love that if this just ended up solving the problem. So I'm using the thread that I just ripped out. Because like I said, they're long pieces and otherwise it'd just really be a waste of string and I don't like wasting. So yeah, they'll be shorter. I won't be able to go as far as if I just cut my own new thread, but I would rather do this and not waste. Yes! Toothless would be so cute. I would like that. I like your idea, Nacho. I'm copying Nacho's idea and bringing in Toothless. Of course you would bring Godzilla, Nacho. I should have guessed. Now I am pretty close to the edge here of this seam allowance, but if I make my stitches like closer together, so smaller, it should be okay and it should be like really strong. I'm also doing a stitch where, so I'm kind of like going like, it's like the same one where I kind of go back, like I loop back. So I start here. I am making like that, like what is it called? The street like lines. So I pull my needle through and then from this point here, I go back and I line it up with my current stitch line and then I pull it through. And this is actually a stronger stitch rather than just like weaving in and out like a serpent. This one, it's like I kind of go back a little bit. And it looks like I'm already ready for my knot. I know these, even though they're long pieces, they are still shorter than what I normally cut. So it does go fairly quickly. Yeah, Isaac, you'd bring all the dragons into this realm. That'd be cool. I like your idea too, Isaac. I like the idea of bringing. We need some dragons in this world. We do. Oh yeah. Which Overwatch and Valorant characters would you bring in, Isaac? I'm just gonna tie it off one more time. I do several knots because I don't want it to come undone. And so I want the knot big enough where it doesn't come undone or it doesn't slip through. Oh, I see Nacho's part two to this question. Where would you take him to eat? Where would you take them? I don't know. Like, I'm trying to visualize where would I take, like, Toothless, and I'm like, he's a big dragon. He would, like... like, I don't know many places where you can just take a big old dragon. Well, for one, knowing how Toothless loves fish, I definitely would not take him to an aquarium. That would be very bad. Even to like a fish market, I feel like he'd just go crazy. Yeah, Toothless would very much enjoy a sushi place. Take him to one of those all you can eat sushi places. Ooh, Viper to fancy ramen. You know, I could see Viper liking that nacho. You know, I could just see in general like the Valorant characters like after a mission, everyone's like, "Okay, we're hungry. Where do you want to go?" And then everyone's like, "Let's go to ramen." There we go. This is a very long piece. Look, this is much longer, so it won't be as short as these ones here. I really hope this works. I really do not want to have to unstuff these pillows. That would make me really sad because I put in a lot of work already into the pillows, but I already put a lot of work into this whole tail, so it's been a journey. I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna be this complex, honestly. There you go. See, and I don't know. I actually find these stitching, like hand stitching, kind of meditative because it's just it's a lot of like back and forth type motion. Now around the knobs here, I kind of do a few extra stitching because I don't want it to get undone and I don't want the tail to have gaps. So, but I also don't want to see the thread poke through on the in the seam. But I want it to be tight together. All right. There we go. I'm gonna tie this piece off. Yeah, if I have to empty out these pillows, I think where I'm going to go first is I'm going to keep the side pillows, but I'm going to have to take out the pillows that are underneath here, like underneath these parts. Hopefully not, because I'm really trying to go for a specific shape, but if I have to, just so I can turn it inside out, and that's what I'm going to have to do. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm already making plans if I run into extra problems. It's like what are gonna be my solutions if I run into specific problems? I swear, I think like making cosplays is a lot of problem solving. Um, a lot. Unless if you're already like you have like a very exact pattern and you know that it works and you're following a specific tutorial. But even then, problems can still arise. Yeah, no. If you're not willing to problem solve, then you're gonna have a hard time making cosplays. Because most of it's just problem solving. Sounds nice, Isaac. Pizza date? That sounds like fun. All right. Yep, and then just back and forth. See, if this is a tutorial video, this is the part where I would just fast forward. But in real life, there is no fast forward button. Hey. Isaac, I could see you really liking a pizza buffet. Okay, this fluff ball just scared me. It like ran across the table and I was like, is there a bug? No, it was a fuzzy. That actually spooked me. I know, I'm spooked so easily. Spook, spook. I know, the little scary fluff. So scary. There we go. Just gonna knot it one more time. There we are. Yeah, I think I want to start a new thing with like all my projects because I know I always have like, yes, multiple projects going on, but I think I want to start something new where I only work on like maybe two projects at a time. And mainly it's just one. I think it'll be a lot better because I'm getting a little tired of like, I have like five paintings in the works and two cosplays and then all these commissions, and I think I want to start like choosing one project and then working on it until it's complete. And I might have another side project going on too because I do like working on somewhat multiple projects because I'll become frustrated with like one and it's kind of nice to bounce back on another just to give myself a break. But I think the max is two, I think I'm going to do to myself. And I think I want to also time myself in the sense that I will have a due date, like a reasonable due date for all of them. So when people ask me for commissions, I'm no longer like stop my project to complete theirs and then I get stressed out because then my project's not being worked on and I have deadlines for my projects and then my projects don't meet their deadlines but I meet other people's deadlines. So I in that way, if I had my own projects where I had due dates for all of them, I could tell people, "Oh, on this exact date I'll be done with my own," and then I can start your commission, and then I can give more of a time range on that. And then the commission, I think I'm gonna have to be more reasonable with myself because like honestly I thought that I was gonna have this tail done in a week, and I think I'm on like week 2 with this tail. So I think I have to, you know, be a little bit more like realistic with my time and my understanding of my time. And also too, I don't want to like I'm getting a little tired of getting stressed out with all these multiple projects being started, some aren't finished. And it honestly, like for me, it feels good when I kind of have like one focus. And when I get up in the day, I know exactly what I am working on rather than like I try to like every day work on a little piece here and there and of everything. And it just takes forever on everything too. Gonna tie off this piece right here. I could see that win. Yeah, Rayla would be another good character. She would be a fun person, I think, to hang out with. We all love our girl Rayla. And I think I'm just gonna tie it off one more time. There we go. And then cut this off. And grab another piece of string. This one's a really long one. Ah, yes, Win, you're right. The Ninja Turtles would definitely like a pizza, go into a pizza place, especially an all you can eat pizza place. They'd be happy. Aww. Thank you, Win. I would like to think that my prop swords over there are Rayla approved. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to flip this tail around, it looks like. Because I'm running out of space again. Alrighty, Nacho. Thank you for stopping in. I'll see you later. Good luck with work today. Bye, Nacho. See you later. Aw, thank you, Evo Leia. Yeah, it's actually been a while since I've worn this shirt, so I was like, I should bring it out again. No, yeah, that would be pretty cool, Win. That would be cool. Yeah, I know lots of cosplayers that they'll get their props signed by the voice actors or of that character. I think it's pretty cool. Huh? Oh, that's pretty cool, Isaac. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of talk about the game Dispatch. A lot of people playing it. I still don't know very much about it, but I hear people talking about it. There we go. Tying that off. Cutting the little tails. See, it's really, when it comes to sewing, there's just a lot of repetition. A lot of, just keep going. Keep repeating. I know I said after this part I would flip the tail, but I don't think I even have enough room on that side of my desk, so. It wasn't, oh my gosh, when it was like, before I had the pillows in, it was all like floppy the first, so I could just like roll it up like a snail. But now can't really do that. I say snail shell, but remember, it actually looked more like the truffle trees. This was a very short piece of thread, so I already have to tie it off. There we go, tie that off. Tie it one more time. There we go. Alright, maybe I'm gonna... I'll try to spin it around. I don't know if I... Let's see. There we go. Maybe I'll have enough room. Oh, I do. I do have enough room. Cool. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yep. You are right, Isaac. This is a tail. So right now I'm making a commission tail for a fellow cosplayer who's making a CatNap this during making CatNap from Poppy's Playtime. So she had me make the ears and now make the tail, and she's making all the rest. So we both organized getting the same fur and from the same company, so it all matches. Yeah. And it's a very, very long tail. But I know CatNap also has a very long tail that kind of drags, and she wanted that same effect. So, which I agree. I think it'll give a really nice silhouette. Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool, Isaac. That'd be pretty cool. I eventually, yeah, I get a lot of people asking me for like dragon horns and dragon tails, and I eventually want to make those too. I see what you did there, Evo Leia. You're funny. Yeah, people want like dragon horns, elven horns, all that kind of stuff. And I like making things with EVA foam, so soon to be. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I just suddenly felt like really tired. It's all good though. My goal is, so really I wanted to be today. So last night my idea was that I'll finish sewing this, turn it inside out, and then today I'll work on the belt loops that go at the end of the tail so they can attach to a belt. Well, that changed because today I'm working on this part. So by the end of this week is my goal to have this tail done. That would be awesome. What are you talking about, Evolea? You are funny. I see you making little jokes and little pun jokes. I like your puns. They're good, and your little jokes. Just, I got a notification on my phone and I wanted to make sure it wasn't anything important. Nope, just social media, which I can get to later. Oh, also, just this past weekend, I was at Holiday House, which was a little craft fair, and that was cute. It was very sweet. It was very small. Um, I expected there to be a bit more people because I've attended years past, like I've gone to it, but I just never had a table. And in past years, it was so much more busier. And this year, it wasn't that busy. But you know what? It was still a really good experience. I still very much enjoyed being there, and thank you to everyone who came and visited me. That was awesome. Yeah, Win was someone who stopped by my table, so thank you, Win, again for stopping by and saying hi, hanging out a little bit. It was good to see ya. Yeah. It was good. It was fun, and but yeah. It Doing a craft fair is very different than a con, which I expected, but I don't know how much I actually expected to the level it was. It definitely, I don't know, it was a good learning experience, I will say. Because it's completely different. It was actually funny. I actually, someone found me who normally stops by my booth, like at con, I think at Fan Fusion and Game On, and so there was a fellow cosplayer that was like, "Wait a second, your booth looks really familiar," and I'm like, "Ah, hello." They didn't even know I was gonna be having a table at Holiday House, and I didn't know they were gonna go. I really didn't expect that. So that was a kind of cool, kind of funny. Yeah, so it'll be my last show of this year. Because once it hits springtime, it's just gonna be, I have a lot of shows. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little mini break from the shows because it's gonna be crazy busy once the new year starts. Which is a good thing. It'll be good. I'm excited. I'm excited for the upcoming shows. Oh, okay. Yeah, Win. No worries. DM me. Yeah, what's something what's up? Something important. Something important. Okay. Hey, Blood, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just working on this CatNap tail. This commission cosplay. So, yeah. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Blood. Yes, a lot of hand sewing for sure. A lot of hand sewing. My fingertips are getting a little tender. I'm not gonna lie. Getting a teeny bit sore. And then just tying this off. I really hope this solves my problem. Because I need to be able to turn this tail inside out. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Almost done. I only have this much left to do. So I was able to seam rip, what was it? It looked like a quarter of a tail, and sew a little bit more than half a tail within an hour. Yeah, it takes time too. It takes a lot of time to sew and to make things. My fingertips are starting to get sore, so I'm using the thimble to kind of help me out. Yeah. Well, Evolea, I hope that this does solve the problem. Oh, and are you talking about the squares, like the rectangles that I accidentally made too big? Yeah, that it ended up being a simple fix, but a simple fix that ended up like costing me a whole day. So it wasn't like it was hard to solve or hard to undo. It just sucked. But you know what? That's part of crafting, that's part of a cosplay. It's how it goes. Very time consuming, yeah. Yes, Win. Because so like the two sides that I had to sew, like all those sections together, each side took about 2 hours for me to sew. And then to seam rip all of it, it took me about another 2 hours to seam rip everything. So 4 hours of work just thrown out the window, and then 2 hours to fix it. And I didn't time myself on these. I actually ended up watching movies, so I knew by like it basically like one section took me an entire movie to get through, and then seam ripping everything out took me another movie. So that's how I've grown to time myself is movies, because I just let it go on in the background, and I know where I started, know where it ended. And then once everything seam ripped, both sides again took like another 2 hours. So yeah, really, really time consuming. It would be a lot faster if I could go on the sewing machine, but my sewing machine's very old and it would never be able to handle this thick of faux fur. Um, yeah, it would never be able to do that. So, because oh my gosh, with the sun, like if this was just like normal cotton fabric, like when I did these pillows, they went pretty. One side didn't go very fast because I hand stitched it, and then I was like, okay, I'm getting out the sewing machine. Let's get that sewing machine out. And it went really quick, like really, really fast. So sewing machine's nice. Yeah, it would go a lot faster if I could do it on a sewing machine, but nope. Not with this fur. All has to be hand done. Yeah, like you listen to a whole album and you know like how many songs and how you yeah, kind of same kind of concept Evil Leia. Well, you all see me. I think you've all seen how fast I work. I work fairly slow, honestly. I wish I worked faster. Um which is kind of a bummer. But you see the pace that I go at. And hey, that's why I like doing these live streams, because I can kind of show it in the raw form of, yeah, like how tedious and how much time, how much care, how much heart I put into all of my pieces. And why they take the time that they do. And also why they cost the things that they do. Yeah, so you understand, Win. So within this last hour, I should be able to finish sewing this tail, and I'm gonna try to turn it inside out. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully it'll work. And if not, I'm gonna be one sad fairy. But I can't just be sad and mope around for too long. I have to just be like, well, how am I gonna solve this problem? What can I do next to solve it? Because if I just sit around and be sad, then nothing ever happens. These ones are a little short and they're also kind of fraying. So, and I'm worried about the strength of the string. So I think that's going to go in the bye-bye pile. I'm actually haven't been saving. I've been saving my string scraps. I know, I'm a weirdo. I have a whole little baggie here of string. I think they look so cool. I'm going to put them in resin and like add glitter for like a really cool kind of texture. I was thinking about even chopping it up smaller pieces, and like maybe they'd be like a really cool background for like the resin charms or like the dice I've been wanting to make, or keycaps. I got a mold to make, keycaps for the clicker, like the fidget toy. And my brother made 3D printed housings for them that are clicky. And yeah. So we're gonna make some of those, but then it's been too hot to do resin, so finally it's cool enough. So I want to experiment and try to make some fidget toys. It'll be fun. And I thought this string mixed with glitter would be like an interesting type texture, very unique. Like I wanted something that like no one else had. Not like anyone else could make it, like, yeah, but just something people haven't seen before. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you for posting the Discord. You're awesome. Evil Leia, you are funny. And you know, when like working on a project and something doesn't go your way, yes, we can be sad or mad or disappointed, but sitting in that like disappointed negativity and just doing nothing about it doesn't get you anywhere. Like, just throwing up your hands and being like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It's not working how I wanted to, and then never getting back to it. You're also never going to learn from your mistakes. But rather than being like, okay, I'm sad, disappointed, but how can I fix it? It's actually really like rewarding when you do solve how to, like, when you figure it out. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I learned something. I evolved. And then what's cool is that you can kind of make it to the next level of a more difficult project. Or when you run into a new project, you're like, I already been through that. I learned my lesson. I know how to improve for next time, which is also really cool and really rewarding. And that's how you get better. And that's basically how you get better and better at art. True, very true, Win. And there have been times where I'm like frustrated because something didn't work out exactly how I thought. And I'll put it down for a minute and I'll come back later. And then, like, the idea of how to fix that problem just comes to me. And I'm like, oh, well, good thing that I just walked away for a second because I know how now to solve that problem now. All right, this tail is like slightly falling off the table here. Oopsies. But it's okay. I'm holding on to it, so it shouldn't like completely slip off and disappear. Almost done. I can see the finish line. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It actually feels nice. It does. It does feel nice to know that I'm so close to completing it. There we go. Maybe one more long piece of string. Very long piece of string. Did I see something? Oh, no. It's all good. There we go. Ah. Just a little bit more left to go. Just a little bit. Not much left for this very long catnap tail. It's kind of funny carrying it around because it's like basically as tall as me. So when I hold it, I have to hold it like way above my head. So it doesn't drag on the ground. I'll definitely, when it's done, I'll be taking some progress photos of it, and it'll show the real perspective of how small I am. Alright, so there we go. Just cutting off. And then last little bit, and hopefully the last little bit I have to do. No more after this. That'd be awesome. Oh my gosh. And speaking of projects I'm almost done with too, I'm almost done with the Halloween village, which I almost worked on today. I almost switched gears, but I was like, nope, they gotta get this tail done. And also too, like, I don't even know if doing a live stream of the like, I'll show it on live stream so you can all see it, but really all that I have to do is like write on the signs and then add stars in the sky, and then it's like done. So I might work on it and then just have another painting ready to go off to the side. When I get back to painting. I don't know, maybe I cut this string a little too big, but oh well. Scooch this down a little bit, and you can see it better. There you go. You guys can see it a little bit better now. There we go. And now at the end of this tail, it's gonna be slightly tricky because it's curved, and I want to make sure that my curve is like not a straight line because it's a curve, but that it all lines up, like there's no weird dips or weird like zigzags. It has to be all smooth. Otherwise, it will show up when it's turned inside out. And I definitely do not want that. I want that perfect, like, kind of round cat-like tail. So I'm being very careful, very cautious of what I'm doing and where I'm sewing. This part I will say, even though I was like, oh, I wish I could do this on the sewing machine. This part, I feel personally, I have more control with my hands than on a sewing machine. But that's just me. And I think I found where it accidentally got unstitched. Yeah, it was a coming undone over here, which is okay. At least I have plenty of string, so I can and it can't be completely perfect because I mean it's like it's done by hand. It's sometimes hard to make things super perfect because you know like it's done by hand. Okay, I think we're good here, and I'm gonna don't knock off my sketchbooks. Hey, welcome back, Nacho. How you doing? I got finished sewing the side of the tail that I messed up, so yeah, that's where we are. I'm just tying off this last knot right here. Putting that aside. And now it's gonna be busy day at work. Hey, that's good though. That's good you're staying busy. Oh, and that's good. Well, I hope it's like a good kind of busy. Where it's not like anything stressful. Alright, so now moment of truth. Let's see if I'm able to turn this inside out. Now, even with my foxtails, it was difficult. But obviously I could yeah, I can actually like pull my hand down before, which like before I wasn't able to. I couldn't do that. I know, I'm sorry. I'm like not showing anything in the table. Okay, I think I'll be able to actually turn this inside out, hopefully. It's proven to be difficult. I know, it looks like this big old purple worm. But I think it's going. There it is. That was it. That was it. Oh my gosh. I know. This, and I'm not very strong, and my fingertips kind of hurt from this needle, from the sewing, the hand sewing. So I'm just like trying to turn this thing inside out. So kind of like what the trick is. So I'll show you kind of what I'm trying to do, even though I'm not very strong. So I'm trying to take, here, I'll put this stuff aside. I don't want to lose this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, I take one of the pillows and I shove it to the surface. And it turns inside out. But it's seeming to be still very difficult to do so. Yeah. Yes, there is. We do have a Discord. We do have a Clips channel in Discord. Okay. I think it's still not good enough. It's still not wanting to budge past this point, and it's proving to be very difficult. I think what I'm gonna have to do is sadly take out all the stuffing in these parts right here. I think a lot of my problem is that these pillows here are blocking, which, there was so much sewing. Because at least with these ones here, when they come together on the inside, they'll still give that knobbiness. But these, yep, because they're still not able to turn it inside out. And I don't want to re-sew both these sides either, because I also don't want the tail to be too fat. So, undoing these pillows, I guess. I got some sharps. All right. Oh, I'm so sad. But, oh well. That's how it goes. What I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna just cut, rather than seam ripping all this out, I'm just gonna cut it because I'm not gonna restuff them. Oh, I'm so sad to undo all this work, but I think it'll be faster and it'll be better. You know what? It's gonna get messy on the ground. I'm gonna put them there. Sadly, so much. But oh well. Now I'll know that when I'm doing the pillows and stuff, it's really not that necessary to put it on the bottom. Hopefully this works. I'll be really sad if I have to undo all this and I have to re-sew these seams here. Oh well. I guess it's more stuffing for another project, right? Oh. We don't have a clips section in Discord? Oh, I know it is painful. Trust me, it's painful for me because I know how much work I put into all these pillows. But I think it's like, I already thought about it, and I'm like, if this seam doesn't work that I just restitched, then I'm gonna have to take out all these pillows because the tail might be too fat. Oh, trust me, it's. I know, I know, I know. Ugh. It's okay. Yeah, I don't know quite, like, anyway, I wasn't sure if these pillows were gonna work. I thought they were going to in the beginning, but, yeah. Because when I make my foxtails, when I made the hypermotion ones, I only did 2 sides of stuffing. I didn't do stuffing in here. And, oh, look. Yeah, I fill them sometimes with fur, with the scrap fur pieces. Oh, this one's stitched in. Okay, well, that one can stay because it's stitched in. But yeah, no. So really cool little like side thing is that fur scraps make really good stuffing for flat pieces. So these ones are good for like bubbled up. And like this is normal like teddy bear stuffing. And then this one here is really good for like flat because it lays flat, but it's still like fluffy. So yes, I saved my fur scraps too. They come useful. All right, let's see if now it will turn inside out, finally. I know, oh no. Yes, please, Win, don't make me feel too bad about unstuffing those little pillows. Don't make me feel too bad. There we go. See, now it's being like... I think I got it. Don't tell me I have to scrap the whole pillow idea. Because I'd be really sad if I had to scrap the entire pillow idea. I almost need like a yardstick or something like that to like shove these through. Or maybe my fingers are just not strong enough. I need someone with strong fingers, strong hands. You know when you ask someone, "Oh, can you open this pickle jar for me?" It's like, "No, can you turn this tail inside out for me?" It's going. It's going though. All right. Ah, it is going though. It's slow and steady, but it is turning inside out. So that's what was blocking was the seam that was too small, and then the tail. And also I think my hands are a little too weak. I'm trying to pull it through this way. Nope, it's not gonna go that way. Yeah, I need something. Something. Yeah, so ugh, my hands. Ugh. This actually like hurts because I'm not like strong enough. Trying to turn this inside out. It's slowly like little like quarter of an inch by quarter of an inch, but it's going. And look how fluffy it is. It's so fluffy. Definitely a lot harder to unfold when it's already stuffed. Like I made the cattail, my prototype cattail, and it was not this hard to turn inside out at all. Yeah, and my hand can't fit through here, so I can't just like grab the tail end and like pull it through. Like I did that for the foxtails because it was big enough. And I did it with the cattail because that wasn't even stuffed yet. But I can't seem to do it with this one. Gosh, I don't want the rest of my stream to just be me struggling with this tail. Ah, and it's really killing my hands. Oh boy. Okay. It looks like that's all I can do today. That's as far as I can get it to be for right at this moment. That's how much I can get it turned inside out. And then I'll brush all this out. It's getting kind of like little matty. But also too, I know she said she's gonna make it kind of look matty, so I'm not worried about ruining the shine of the fur because it's from a horror game. Yeah. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. It's a work in progress for sure. It's a work in progress. Thank you. I mean, I wish it was just. I wish the turning inside out was going a little bit more smooth. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to have to. I might have no choice. I can't get it moved past this part. It's like, so I could feel it moving before, but now it's kind of no longer. Uh-oh. I just ripped something. No, I ripped one of the pillows on accident. Yeah. I might have to unstitch another side too, because it's not I made it this far, but it's not moving anymore. It got stuck. Yeah, it's not good. I have to unstitch these too. The seams are probably too thick again. I didn't want to have to do that. Oh. Well, what can you do? I got 20 minutes left. All right. So, all right. I think that's what I have to do because it got stuck and it's not going to move. Oh my gosh, now it won't even. Here we go. There we go. All right. Yep. So, not quite back to the drawing board, but a little bit back to where we were before. I have to, yeah, my pillows totally got damaged and all of that. That went through a lot of stress. Okay. Well, looks like I'm going to have to, oh God, and this fur went through some stress too. I knew that was stressful. Stressful on my hands. Yep, I have no choice. That's what I gotta do. I gotta seam rip all this out too, this part here. And it looks like I gotta seam rip this section off too, because otherwise if I only do one but not the other, the tail's gonna be lopsided. One side's gonna look better than, like, larger than the other, because I want it like a circle. I didn't want to have to do that. Oh well, moving forward. Like I've said, no dilly-dallying. No point in sitting in disappointment or sadness. I must keep moving forward. So to hold my place, I'm gonna do this side first because it is the thickest. Like, there's a lot of fur here that's in the seam. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut it. Where's my little seam ripper? There's my seam ripper. And so sadly for the rest of this stream, you won't get to see the end result of me, oh, sorry, sewing it, but at least the end of the seam ripping. That's what comes with a lot of experimentation, you know, we're experimenting here. Man. All right, so lesson learned when making cattails. No need for a bottom pillow. I don't have to go through all that work. Also, the seams can't be thick, they must be thin, which means that my tail is going to be pretty thick as well, which I wanted a thin cat tail, but it's just looking like that's not going to be possible. So, oh well. Hopefully it'll look okay in the end. Hopefully. Yeah. It's all good. Thank you everyone for being so patient with me. I know today's stream wasn't a very good, like, you know, seeing lots of progress or anything like that, you know. Not very cool. I'm just kind of like seam ripping and unstitching things. But hey, you know what? It's the reality of cosplay. It's the reality of art and creating, and things don't always happen perfect like how you hoped. And you know what? To keep these together so they're not falling apart, as I'm seam ripping this, I'm actually going to keep it clipped together. There we go. So going back in with my clips. And there we go, another strand of string. Oh, Vinta Blue! Hello, hello, welcome! I'm glad you're here! Yeah. Sorry if you were sitting here for a minute, Vinta Blue. I've been concentrating. Yeah. Yeah, this is basically, yeah, the whole reality of sewing is a lot of stitching, unstitching. Yup, pretty much. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed Win. I'm glad you enjoyed this stream. Not gonna lie, feeling a little self-conscious because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna make so much progress. I'm gonna see like the tail turned inside out, and it's gonna be like a wow. No, didn't happen at all. Let's get real. This is how sewing goes. What? No. I haven't heard of that blood. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm so out of the loop of so many things because I'm just like working on my art all the time. I miss things all the time. Like, what is going on? What is this new announcement? I don't know. Aww. Thank you, Vinta Blue. Well, I'm glad that you're here. And I'm glad that you could stop by to say hi. Kind of came at like an interesting part where I'm just like seam ripping all this out. Well, at least no one will see the insides of this tail. Right? Once it's done, The insides won't be seen, so that's good. Oh, it's the steam machine. Okay. Yeah, it's like a little tiny cube that, like, Steam is making its own gaming console now. I think that's super cool. Aw, thank you, Evo Leia. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy. Yeah, apparently Steam's making their own gaming console. Which sounds kind of crazy, but also kind of cool. All right. Bring up the tail. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it all goes good. It's all going good until I run into like a weird part like I am now where it's like stuck and I don't know why my thread is stuck or what it's stuck on. So it looks like I almost have no choice, but I have to cut this piece, which is shorter, but that's okay. I can still use it. There we go. Stuck on something. Weird. It was probably stuck in between the other thread that's already existing, like keeping the pillows together. There we go. Oh, wrong thread. Oh well, all the threads though have to go in this section anyway. Wrong thread again. Where's the back? Oh, it was this one. Really? For some of these, I was like, where's the other side of this thread? There we go. Yep, so as I go along on this wonderful tail journey, I will keep you all in the loop. of how it goes. As you know, I'll be posting about it and all that good stuff. Probably for tomorrow's stream, I'll also be working on the tail, because no way can I finish this today. So gonna just continue working on it. Aw, I'm glad I could keep you company, Nacho. That makes me happy. Aw, I'm sorry you're having a stressful day, Nacho. Aw. It's okay. Nacho, just know everything's gonna be just fine. It's all gonna be good. And it'll all be good. It'll all be okay. Hey, that's like in this project that I'm working on right now. Even though it's like, oh my gosh, I have to keep redoing things and all that. I know in the end it'll be okay. Like everything will work out exactly like how it's supposed to. And it'll all be good. So same for your workday, Nacho. It'll all be okay. All right. Aw. I'm glad I could keep you good company too, Evolea. I'm glad. I'm sorry to hear that you have lonely days. That's sad. Aw. No need to be lonely. Yeah, and actually doing this method of when I'm seam ripping and clipping it is actually working out really well to keep the fur like together. So I don't have to like reline up everything. Actually, I really like this method. Working quite well. Yep. And all of you can probably guess what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day. Because I'm just going to be continuing this. Alrighty, there's that string. Well, today was definitely an interesting day. I learned a lot. And I have still so much to do. I thought I was inching closer and closer to getting done with this tail, but it looks like challenges are still arising. But that's okay, you know, that's part of cosplay, that's part of crafting, that's just the reality of art and being creative. That's just how it goes. Nothing ever happens perfectly, exactly how you think. Alrighty, well, it is that time already. Thank you everyone for joining today. Thank you for chatting and being patient with me. I really appreciate it. It's always a good stream, and hanging out with all of you is always a lot of fun. So, thank you, Win. Thank you, and thank you to everyone. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I promise I'll be posting and sharing the progress of where this tale goes. And then for tomorrow's stream, same thing. I think I'm gonna just be a continuation of this tale and see where it goes. Nah, thank you, Nacho. Thank you, Evo Leia. Thank you, Blood. I like the rainbow wings. Alrighty, thank you, everyone. You have an awesome one, and see you all tomorrow. Alrighty, bye.